Ever feel like your paycheck disappears the moment it hits your account? You are not alone. That was Emma's reality for 29 years, until one conversation flipped the script.
I don't even know in our 29-year history together that we've ever had that.
Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I helped Emma break free from living paycheck to paycheck. And the best part, you can use these exact same steps to transform your finances too. Let's start with Emma's words, not mine.
I'm 50 and I had no system.
This is no joke, and she's not alone. This is where most people get stuck. They try fixing things alone, mess up, and then give up.
I come up with these amazing ideas of how I'm going to change things, and actually nothing ever changes.
Look, I get it. Money feels messy. Numbers are scary sometimes. But what most people don't tell you is you don't need a degree to fix this. Here's what changed everything for Emma. One simple spreadsheet. Sounds boring, right? Watch this.
When literally everything was down on that spreadsheet, I've never had it laid out in that way. And it took me a minute to figure out what it all meant, but just seeing it there, that in itself is a huge win, to have everything literally laid out on one page in front of me.
Let me break down what happened in our first meeting. Emma walked in worried about her finances. She felt overwhelmed by multiple debts, and her husband wasn't happy about the situation either. I see this kind of thing time and time again. Lifestyle inflation is one of the silent killers for most six-figure families that I work with. As you make more money, the draw to keep up with the Joneses is kind of there in the background, and it's very, very difficult to keep your lifestyle in check and continue to save and invest unless you've got systems in place, unless you've learned about this thing growing up, or maybe you've just developed a knack for learning personal finance. Again, we're not taught this in schools. Most people don't learn it from mom and dad. We laid out every single debt, car loans, credit cards, personal loans, and every single bill. The beautiful thing about the spreadsheet I use is that we break it up into these different categories. We have to silo out these things, whether it's bills or spending money, money to be saved, money to be invested. We have to create some separation so that all of our money doesn't look like this slush fund where it's all in one checking account and very difficult to discern what's going on. So this brings clarity to your entire money conversation day one. You might be cash flow positive. You probably are, and you just don't know it because you haven't taken the time to kind of get the numbers down on paper. Now we create a battle plan. We found $1,000 in credit card payments we could eliminate, $468 to put towards investing, $468 for emergency savings, and extra money for life surprises. And again, you can watch more of my videos to understand my process, but very typically, most people have money on credit cards, which is going to charge a lot of interest, very typically. And so instead of paying 30%, we know we can cut that in half or better through a variety of other tools, freeing up thousands, in some cases, of cash flow, certainly in this case. And we can use that cash flow to go do all the right things, whether it's paying off debt, building emergency savings, building savings buckets, and investing. Most of the people I work with need to do some or all of those things. And so with automation, it's so much easier to hit these seemingly disparate goals and still make progress in each of these very important areas. Check this out. Just weeks into our plan,
we never have money left over. Ever. If anything, I'm oh gosh, we're getting paid in 2 days. We had $600 left over this paycheck.
That's not magic. This is what happens when you face your numbers. You make a plan and stick to the system. Everyone needs a plan, but the challenge is typically sticking to that plan once you've created it. And so automation mixed with behavioral psychology ensures a winning combination of both. You don't have to micromanage your finances once you get this stuff set up. The money goes to all the right places, and there are some kind of barriers to keep you from dipping into the cookie jar and spending money that should go towards saving, investing, or bills. When you have enough spending money to start with, it makes it a lot easier to stick to the plan.
And I definitely see that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
You might be thinking, that's great for Emma, but what about me? Let me show you exactly what we did. We list all the bills. We break down all the expenses. We find the leaks. We cut unnecessary expenses, we restructure the debt, free up the cash flow into a high yield savings account with the goal of getting a month ahead. And here's the magic. We change the direct deposit out of your normal bills account where you do everything you probably do right now into a high yield savings account. So especially for people with variable income, with bonuses and commissions or side hustle income, all that extra money goes into this account and stacks up. That eliminates the ups and downs of irregular income. That is a game changer. That allows those great months to help you crush your financial goals. This breathing room enables you to continue to build progress while down at the bottom of the system, so to speak, you're spending money with a constant weekly cash infusion makes life a lot easier to manage on a day-to-day basis. And we check in with our clients to make sure that they are on point, that they are making progress while building the system and have the accountability needed to continue to take action to change their lives.
Well, but just by separating out what we're spending versus our bills, it's just immediately, rather than it just all coming out of one and I've got no control over it, or no perceived control over it. Of course, I've got control over it.
Want to know the craziest part? Emma didn't make any more money. She didn't win the lottery. She just used this simple cash flow system, which again allows systematized spending, a weekly cash infusion, which is 10 times easier than trying to do it bi-weekly, which is how most people watching this probably get paid. Trust me, when I was in corporate America, I tried to figure this out myself, getting paid every 2 weeks like everybody else, and I would try to create a spending plan for a 2-week pay period, running out of money by day 9, like all the time. So I get it. Just by shrinking the cycle down to a 7-day cash infusion is going to make your life 10 times easier. And again, we take the free cash. Once we subtract what you need to spend from the bills, there's going to be leftover money that we get into the high yield savings account, ideally automatically, until we get to half a month ahead. Then we move the direct deposit into that high yield savings account so the money stacks effortlessly. And we can make some incredibly big strides by taking money off of the credit cards, and instead of paying 30% in interest, we can cut that in half or better through a variety of tools, which I've covered in plenty of other videos.
I've just been more diligent about what's coming out of where, which is why those things are in pink, because I was checking stuff off to make sure we had it all covered.
With the right systems in place, we're plugging money leaks on things that you don't care about spending on. We solve the problem of money leaking out on things that you don't care about, and we recoup those dollars and put them where they should go. We found over $2,000 a month in Emma's case. Imagine what we could do for you. Once we get to being a month ahead, we look at the 4 main goals that most families have. They want to pay off their debt, they want to build emergency savings, they want to build savings buckets, and they want to invest. And again, we work together to figure out what makes sense for each of those categories on autopilot.
Seeing it all laid out like that, it kind of makes you more focused. I don't want to spend it on these frivolous things. So it's given me a goal that I probably didn't have before.
Listen, if Emma can turn around 29 years of financial struggle, beginning with one conversation, imagine what you could do.
I mean, I would never have come to this outcome without you. So thank you. It was worth it.
Your financial freedom is closer than you think. Let's make this happen. Your financial freedom starts with one decision. Emma made hers, and now it's your turn. If you're ready to take control of your money and break free from the paycheck to paycheck cycle in the financial stress, drop a comment below with the word freedom. Don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing tips. Like this video if it helped you, and share it with someone that needs to hear it. If you want to know more, I have another video where I helped a client save over $200,000. Go check it out. Thanks for watching.